Welcome to Reading with Nana, and hello to my special returning friends. Today's story is called Greedy Zebra. The author is Mwenye Hadithi, and the illustrator, or the one who did the pictures, is Adrian Kennewick. I'm wearing my safari hat and my safari jacket for this story. Greedy Zebra. Long, long ago, all the animals in the world were a dull, depressing color. No coats, no horns, no spots, and no stripes. Just dull and dusty. Until one stormy day in the heart of the leafy forest of Africa, there was a great rumbling in the earth, and all of a sudden, a huge cave appeared in the ground. A few of the animals crept cautiously up to this new and wonderful sight. And when the bravest of them peered into the darkness, he saw something glittering amongst the rocks. The cave was full of furs and skins, all glossy and new. Stepping inside, he came across horns and tails of countless shapes and sizes, and needles and threads of 1,000 different colors. Trembling with excitement, he rushed out to tell the other animals what he had seen. The news spread far and wide, and soon all the animals were on their way to see the cave, running and jumping and sliding and swinging and slithering through the trees. All that is, except one greedy zebra. Greedy zebra never ever stopped eating. He certainly wasn't going to give up a single mouthful for a silly old cave of any sort. Lots of time to go visiting caves, mumbled Greedy Zebra, stuffing far too much grass into his bulging mouth. Plenty of time, he said. Soon all the animals in the jungle were gathered at the mouth of the cave, waiting for Elephant to speak. Elephant was the one who knew everything because Eagle told him all the secrets of the spirit of the mist. He coughed and addressed the gathering. "It is time for you all to have coats," he said. "There are all kinds of materials here from which you may choose. You will be issued with needles by Rabbit, but there is only one needle each, so take good care of it. Now you may go in, but no shoving and pushing, and keep in an orderly line." Meanwhile, Greedy Zebra was still eating. Munch, munch, he went. "This particular grass is so delicious." He stopped to gape at a beautiful thing in front of him. It couldn't be, but it was Sable the antelope, and she was wearing the most glorious new coat. And horns! She was wearing horns. When Greedy Zebra heard that the coat and the horns came from the cave, he trotted off as fast as his fat little legs could carry him. From time to time, he met another and another. So we've got lions and giraffes and gazelles and snakes, all these animals with their new horns and skins and new coats. There's water buffaloes and chameleons or lizards in this picture. You have a hippopotamus. All the animals have got new coats, new skins, great colors. Oh, he looked, the wonderfully clothed animals. Stopping for a last bite, not far from the cave, he watched Leopard finishing her sewing. Leopard, as careful as usual, had sewn the most splendid fur coat with spots all over it. Greedy Zebra could hardly believe his eyes as he watched Leopard wriggle into the perfectly fitting fur. I shall have spots like that, he said to himself, and hurried off, eager to reach the cave. But it was a hot day, so he stopped for a cool drink at the stream, and there he came across a patch of the greenest grass he had ever seen. Delicious, he munched, smacking his chubby lips. Back at the cave, most of the animals were leaving. Only Rhino and Elephant were still cutting their material. They had chosen a very strong gray cloth. Poor old Rhino, who was very short-sighted, had stuck his horns on any old kind of way and was having a terrible time. He was too nervous to ask Elephant for help because he knew that pompous animal would only make fun of him. He had dropped his needle, and the more frantically he searched, the further into the bushes he kicked it. He put on the baggy coat and shuffled off in a very bad mood. Just then, Greedy Zebra trotted by with blades of grass bulging from his mouth. I'll have spots like leopard, he was saying, and horns like kudu, a mane like lion, and a tail like cheetah. I shall have the finest looking coat in the forest. I shall be the finest looking animal in the forest. And at the risk of indigestion, he gave a short gallop into the cave. And then he stopped, aghast. Guess what he found? There was nothing left. No horns, no fine cloth, nothing. Frantically, he searched through the cave, but all he could find were a few strips of black material. Forlornly, he cut them all to the same size and stitched them together. It looks very tight, he thought nervously to himself. Being such a very fat zebra, he had a terrible time squeezing into his coat. He pushed and he grunted and he oohed and he awed, and pop, he was inside it. But what a tight fit. It was nearly bursting at the seams around his fat tummy. He trotted down to the stream to take a quick bite of a leafy bush. And pop, his coat burst open. Pop, 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 pop. His tubby tummy squeezed through his seams. How the monkeys roared with laughter. To this day, his chubby stomach shines through his coat because he is so greedy. And that's our story, The Greedy Zebra. It is a folk tale from Africa. And a folk tale is just an imaginative way or creative way of explaining why something exists. So, this folk tale tells you why the zebra has its stripes, as well as why a lion has a mane, and the hippopotamus has a gray skin, and the rhino baggy skin, and the elephant has a gray strong coat. It's just a very imaginative way to explain how something happened. I hope you enjoyed our folktale from Africa, Greedy Zebra. Press like or click subscribe. Until next time.